Resident Evil 2. Ink Ribbon.
The footage you are seeing is not a hardcore mod. This is official. So in Resident Evil 3 Remake, you may have noticed that there was a Nightmare difficulty mode. And this was also an unlockable difficulty modifier in Resident Evil Outbreak. But did you know it actually goes all the way back to the original Resident Evil 2? If you're a Resident Evil 2 fanatic like I am, then you are either surprised you didn't know about this, or you are a proud owner of the Dreamcast or maybe PC version and are well aware. Which, if you are, give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. For the rest of you, I'm here today to go in depth and uncover exactly what these difficulties entail. While researching the Nintendo 64 port of Resident Evil 2, I stumbled onto some forums and learned that the Dreamcast version of the game had some exclusives that no other system got either. Why can't we just have a universal port of this game? As we know, Resident Evil 2 has two difficulty categories, regular and arrange. But in the Dreamcast and PC version, there was the addition of Nightmare mode. And on top of that, there was also Expert mode, which might only be on the Dreamcast, but I wasn't able to verify that. You see, that's the reason I was compelled to make this video, because I googled to the ends of the earth. I searched every walkthrough, every FAQ, I searched for literally days, and nobody seems to know the exact details of these difficulty modes. I couldn't even find out how to unlock Nightmare mode. That's how scarce the info was. But today, that ends now. So, enough talk, let's check it out. Some of you may be tantalized by Expert mode like I was, and you're like, ooh, what's Expert mode? I played it on Leon's scenario all the way through, and it's crazy. It's hard mode, but with no auto aim. Literally, that's it. I'm sorry, I'm as disappointed as you are, but completing Leon's game on it did unlock Nightmare mode, so there you go. Now let's check out the star of this video, Nightmare difficulty. I decided to go the canon story route and do a Claire A, Leon B run and capture some footage for you guys, and oh no, I had no idea what I was in for. I hope you guys are ready, because I wasn't. Now at first glance, I thought it was Expert all over again, but maybe a little harder, until I started noticing that enemies were taking an insane amount of bullets. And when I say insane, I mean it. Some zombies took somewhere between 20 and 30 handgun bullets to take down. And on top of this, enemies do a lot more damage. I actually died before getting to the RPD. Twice. Looking at the ammo count, it seems that you get about 20% less ammo per pickup. And lastly, healing items aren't as potent, but I couldn't really figure out how much less they were healing, but it definitely wasn't 100%, except for full healing items like mixed herbs and first aid sprays. So, yeah. It's hard. However, there was one amazing thing that this difficulty has that I always wished was in Resident Evil 2. Critical headshots. Just like Resident Evil 1. And I can't tell you how amazing it feels to be freaking out because you're surrounded by zombies, you're running out of ammo, and then boom, headshot. I even had some instances where I got 2 in rapid succession, and it felt like little miracles every time it happened. It even happened to a dog once. But But unfortunately, that's where the fun ends, because this mode brings you back to how you felt when you played this for the very first time. Not sure how much ammo you're gonna need, hoarding every item you find, and getting that rush of relief and adrenaline whenever you find a healing item or some ammo. Remember when you first played Resident Evil 2 and the lickers were scary? Yeah, this makes them scary again. Depending on what type of attack they use, one hit from a licker can take you from fine to danger or just kill you instantly. Dogs also seem to do significantly more damage, because I had one instance where they just kept killing me in like 3 hits, especially the part where I played as Sherry. But this is also where the excitement comes from. I found myself weighing my options, where I had to choose if I'm going to risk taking damage from a licker to get some bullets, or just leave them behind because it wasn't worth it. And this ended up biting me in the ass later in the game, because I assumed I'd be fine without all the extra acid rounds that I was skipping. I was not fine. I don't really know how else to convey the excitement and realness this difficulty brings to the table. It's like it was tailor-designed for people who have played Resident Evil 2 a million times and want it to feel new and exciting again. It was weirdly refreshing to get stuck on some parts, like the final boss fight with William, which I died over and over and over until I eventually realized I didn't have enough ammo to beat him and had to replay part of the game. Also, did you know that William's dog version wall jumps? I usually kill him before I ever see it, but he did it a lot. I'm not the best Resident Evil 2 player, but I'd say I'm pretty good. But this is difficult. Oh. After beating Claire A, I got a C rank, and that was me really trying my best. So that is Nightmare Mode in a nutshell. I only did the first scenario because I didn't have time to do both before this video needed to be out, but I highly recommend you try it for yourself if you ever get the opportunity to play this on Dreamcast. Or PC. Apparently it's also on PC. I don't know. I don't play the PC version very much. And just to round out this video, I figured I may as well let you know all the differences I spotted in the Dreamcast version, even though some of them are very small. Ready? First, there's an easy difficulty, which I didn't try because I'm sure it's just really easy, though I am tempted to try a knife-only run and see how that goes. The door to Marvin's office from the darkroom hallway is from the beta version. When you hop down from ledges or boxes, you transition to running much smoother with no delay. If you play it for yourself, you'll notice it. The water in this version is much clearer than any other version, and zombies and everything else are really easy to see under the water. The cold ice smoke or whatever in the frozen lab looks kind of weird. I don't really know what's going on there. Cutscenes are a lot more crisp. They seem to have the best resolution of any Resident Evil 2 cutscenes I've ever seen. The characters are also a lot more clear, with none of the PS1 jagged edges or Nintendo 64 compression. There's a concept art gallery where you can see some really cool art of not only the characters but also the environments. And lastly, there's an FMV movie viewer, so you can watch the cutscenes as many times as you want. Oh, how I would have loved to have this feature when I was younger. You kids these days have no idea what gaming was like before YouTube. It's worth mentioning you can only see the cutscenes here after you've seen them in the game at least once, so you kind of have to unlock them and keep that in mind. But other than that, I didn't notice any major differences, but again, I only played the first scenario. I would encourage anyone out there involved in walkthroughs, fan sites, or anywhere else where we get our Resident Evil information to please add this to it, because there's basically no info on Nightmare difficulty that really goes into depth of what it entails, and I'm sure people would like to know about it. I wanted to know about it, that's why I made this video. But that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this and were as excited as I was to learn about all this, especially those critical headshots. I won't lie, I'm kind of mad knowing that they could have added it anytime they wanted, but we never got critical headshots in Resident Evil 2 except for this difficulty. Oh well. At this point, the only version of Resident Evil 2 I haven't tried is the Gamecom version, and I'm guessing diving into that would probably be a waste of time and money. So I don't know if that will happen, but we'll see. If you like this video, then land a critical headshot on that like button and subscribe for more Resident Evil content. Also be sure to check out my video on the Nintendo 64 port of Resident Evil 2 because that one is the craziest version of the game there is. Until next time, I'm Kai Morgan, and as always, thanks for watching Ink Ribbon. And a very special thank you to all of my Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Your extra support means the world to me and helps me keep making content for you guys.